WhiskyCast. Brought to you by Redbreast. The definitive single pot still Irish whiskey. Those in the know Redbreast.
Good afternoon. How everybody doing today? Cool. We got a great day going because we got a lot of great people that are being recognized. These people have all had an impact on the industry, and they've all made it better. So congratulations to everyone. We're proud of all of you.
Every year, the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame inducts a new class of honorees. But how do you honor those who are already Hall of Famers? The Kentucky Distillers Association solved that problem this year by creating a new Lifetime Achievement Award and presenting the first one to Heaven Hill's Parker Beam.
He was named Master Distiller Emeritus in 2013, shortly after being diagnosed with ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease. His public advocacy for ALS research, care, and awareness has generated since then more than $500,000 for his Promise of Hope Fund. And we're very fortunate that tomorrow Parker will celebrate his 74th birthday.
What's more, they named the award after Parker and had another living legend of bourbon, Wild Turkey's Jimmy Russell, present it.
Should I tell all about all the nights we had? Some of them, but we've always, we've always had some great times together. It's a privilege for me to call him my friend for over 40 years.
After lunch, I sat down with Parker and Jimmy for a chat.
Parker, tell me what it meant to you to have this award presented by the guy you've known here on your left for Lord knows how many years.
That's meant so much to me to have a friendship with somebody like Jimmy, that then him acknowledged all our friendship for the last 40 years. That's unbelievable that we've had friendship that long and we continue to have it.
How did you guys meet?
In the bourbon business, we all grew up in the bourbon business, and it's one of those things we're together all. This is the thing that I admire so much about in the production end of it. Parker, I'll tell you the same thing. A lot of people think we're in competition with one another, but we're all close friends. We do anything we can to help each other. I remember when they had the big fire at Heaven Hill, all of us pitched in anything we could do, help them out. And this is people outside of Kentucky don't realize how close to friends we all are in the bourbon business.
Until you get to the marketing side, right?
Well, we shared a lot of secrets.
Yes.
That we've been to each one of the plants and looked over different items that we wanted to look at and shared those designs and everything over the years.
Tell me what it was like back in the 50s when you two both got started. When you were at Heaven Hill in Bardstown, you were at Wild Turkey in Lawrenceburg. What was it like back then?
Well, I had to answer to my father, which was, the master distiller at Heaven Hill. So I had to follow in his footsteps and been able to do, what he instructed me to do. So that was my learning process. And like probably Jimmy, he made sure I worked every job and put me with every one of the operators on every job. And he'd leave me like 2 or 3 weeks with each process. So that was sort of my learning process, and him tutoring me all along.
Jimmy? It was the same way, we started out actually the old master distiller at the Wild Turkey Distillery. He was a young distiller before Prohibition. He put the distillery back in operation. I went to work there. And in our business, it's funny things, usually you start in one area and stay there all the time. But I'd get to learn a job, you think you could take it easy, then they'd move you over someplace else. Just all around, done everything like Park said we were taught from the bottom up. You didn't start at the top. You started at the bottom. You've done everything that could be done in the business. And my son's been with me now. If he was here, he'd tell you the same story. He didn't think it was right when he was where he's been there 35 years now. Eddie has, and he said, "I didn't think." He don't tell me this, but he tells others. I didn't think it was right. He said, "I had to roll barrels, cut grass, do everything." He said, "I didn't think I always went into a soft job, but that's the way to learn it. You have to start at the bottom and work all the way,
I
know
got
everything."
divorced the windows the first day I was there. I never will forget that. I was a window washer. All the fermenting room windows. That was my first job at Heaven Hill, and he put me on that. So, you learned everything, from grinding the grain to mashing processes, the yeast, everything that, you had to participate and learn the whole process. You didn't get a pass on anything. And then you had to be able to perform those jobs. Then they made me into a utility, swing shift utility operator. So I had to be able to perform every job in the plant at a given time.
And you did the same thing with Craig when he started out, right?
Right.
If you done something wrong, they wouldn't tell you what you done wrong. Do it over again.
Yeah,
You
right.
go back there and do that over. That wasn't right.
How important was it to both of you to have your sons follow you into the business?
Oh, I think that, that's the way it should be. And, you hand that knowledge on down, be able to pass it on. That's the epitome of being the master distiller, when you can pass it on to the next generation.
Now, you two are sort of almost the last of the generation of master distillers that included guys like Booker No, Elmer T. Lee, and I know you guys had a lot of fun out on the road. I'm not sure the statute of limitations has expired on some of the stuff you two did out there, but what can you share with us about life on the road back in the day?
Well, we always got along well and always drank each other's product, and analyzed each other's product. We all knew we made good bourbon. We always just thought Jimmy thought his was a little better than ours, and I thought mine was a little better than his, probably. But we had a lot of good times together, shared a lot of good moments together.
We'd have master distillers meetings every once in a while. You bring your bottle, but you couldn't drink it. You had to drink somebody else's bourbon. And always, what was it always said, Parker? The last and out, turn out the lights.
Yeah, right.
Tell me about Booker and Elmer.
Oh God. Well, Booker was honest. He told you whatever he believed. I guess Elmer's sort of quieter gentleman. He's strictly a gentleman, but he's a little quieter, and I guess I was in between someplace there. But Booker will tell you just what he believed.
I didn't work with Elmer much, and I didn't get to see Elmer much. He kind of was, off my beaten path. But Booker was, of course, a cousin, and, we shared a lot of ideas and a lot of different ideas that we wanted to try together. We would discuss those, and Booker would say, "Hell, Parker, if you come up with an idea, say that the superiors or your dad don't want to try, come on down here, hell, we'll try anything." So if you got a good idea, we went deep sea fishing together and everything. We had a lot of good times together.
It's a thing, it's people outside of Kentucky don't realize how close we are, what good times we have together, and still having good times together. Say Parker and I, Jim Rutledge from Four Roses just retired. He's the next oldest. And then actually Craig and my son Eddie's getting to be the two older ones now in the business.
Right.
They're the two older ones now but that's the thing that I admire so much about it. It's all family.
We
Yeah.
all make good bourbon, some just better than others, we say, but no, we all make it taste different, and everybody enjoys each other and being together all the time. That's the thing I enjoy so much about it. It's anywhere you go, we're all friends, and this is hard for people out in out around the world. They can't believe how close to friends we are in the bourbon business.
And a lot of that was proven when you were diagnosed with ALS 3
Right.
years ago, and
Right.
Jimmy and all the other master distillers came together
Right.
and did something that was almost unthinkable.
Right.
They blended their bourbons
That's
to
right.
create the
Yeah.
Master Distillers Edition to honor you
Right.
and to raise money.
Yeah.
The Unity, Parker and
Yeah.
Craig put that together, excellent
Yeah.
product, and
Yeah.
we done the ice challenge. I don't know if you saw the one with my son and my
Yeah.
grandson.
I spoke John.
My grandson was standing there and said, they call me Mimi. Mimi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When he's getting ready to dump ice on me. And he's working with the company now, so it's three of us there. Eddie's son's with us now, too.
Bruce.
Bruce.
And eventually, I guess, will Craig's kids be working with you eventually? At some
Well, I don't know. Were those girls entertained that being
There's a place
in
for 'em
that-
there if they want it,
yeah,
right?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure there will be, but not in the immediate future. It doesn't look like.
How's your health, Parker? How are you holding up? A lot of
Well,
people want to know.
Pretty good. I try to do something every day. I ride my bike about 10, 11 miles a day, and I do it in about 35 to 40 minutes every day. I'll stay on it. So that's my therapy. So I get around, I own the farm in my gator, but, I don't drive much anymore because my arms have gotten where I can't turn the steering wheel. I can turn it as long as I don't get it up the top and I can't pull it back down. So I drive around on the farm and be able to see about that and talk to usually somebody still every day, talk about either grain prices or the trucking end or something to that effect. So I'm never very far away from it.
And you don't cut him any slack, do you?
No, we have a great time together. Well, I say it's friends, so many years together and being around everywhere. And, we're all here. I'm right in the middle in Lawrenceburg. You got Frankfurt right there in Bardstown. I'm almost right in the middle, so I see all of them all the time. And
Where's the farthest away place from Bardstown that you two ran into each other?
Probably San Francisco.
Yeah, on the West
we were
Coast.
always out there together.
yeah, at the
When
Whiskey
we-
Fest.
Yeah. Probably Jimmy's traveled more extensively than I have. But, I was always either the East Coast or West Coast, and sometimes in the Deep South. And I've traveled all the U.S. market.
Well, I know you say you make the better bourbon than Jimmy, and I know Jimmy says he makes a better bourbon than you. But which one of your sons makes the best bourbon?
Well,
That's left up to them.
you'll have to ask them that
You'll have to
question.
ask them that question.
Yeah.
That's another good thing. Our sons are all close friends. Freddie and Craig and Eddie, and they're all close friends.
Did you ever think 50 years ago, plus when you both got into the distilling business, that you'd be regarded as rock stars when you go out on the road?
No.
I mean, people show up when they hear that you're going to make an appearance somewhere. People drive hundreds of miles to see you two.
I think the recognition came about with the single barrel products that, you attach those to the master distiller's work of art. Because that single barrel has to be good. It can't be any other way, And that's when the master distiller name came into play, I think.
That was one of the things, back 25 or 30 years ago, there was marketing salespeople out in the field all the time. And our company decided they wanted me to go out in the field. Now we have, from it being actually from the production making end of it, there was nobody out there like that. Then we all started going out and saw people began to realize what a big difference it was from marketing sales to actually people was making it every day.
One of the things I have said when people like to give themselves the title of master distiller, and my common retort is, okay, I want you to walk into a room with somebody like Parker Beam or Jimmy Russell or, say, a Jim McEwen of Brookloudie or some of the great guys in Scotland, and introduce yourself as a master distiller, and if they don't either punch you or laugh at you, then you've probably earned the title.
Right.
Correct.
Yeah. It's hard to tell some of the questions I could ask, and I'm sure a lot of them couldn't answer those in a proper way. Yeah.
What defines a master distiller to you two?
Well, go ahead. Jim.
Well, and keeping true to your way you want it to taste out into what people likes and enjoy, the percentage of grain, the cooking temperatures, the distillations, all that, your yeast and everything, making sure it's consistent. That's the main thing that we strive for, I strive for, and taught my son. And Parker, same way, to be consistent today, tomorrow, 8 years from now, 10 years from now. Whenever it gets to market, we want the products to be consistent in taste and flavor and all.
That's something you strive for, is being a master distiller, doing everything the same way every day, day in, day out, because you don't know where that product's going to wind up. Or is it going to be a single barrel? And when it comes off the still, you never know. 10 years from now, 18 years from now, 6 years or whatever, what. So it all has to be consistent, and the product has to be good when it flows off that still every day.
How do you gentlemen want to be remembered? What's the legacy that Parker Beam and Jimmy Russell leave for future generations?
I'd like to be remembered for striving to make the best bourbon that I knew how, and the way I was taught to make it by my father, and be able to grow the volumes the way I was required to do, and still maintain the quality that I was taught to do.
Jimmy?
Same way, we made it the same way. I started in 1954, and we haven't changed a thing the way we make Wild Turkey bourbon, and to continue to be it that way, and be known as plain old Jimmy, and not somebody extra special or anything, but just being in the bourbon business, enjoying what I'm doing, and seeing what people really enjoy around the world with the bourbon industry.
Did you two ever think, I'm sorry, go ahead, Parker.
When it came to fixing something, we didn't have a lot of maintenance people at the time. You had to be able to fix it yourself. If you were the distiller, you had to make damn sure that you got it fixed so you could carry on that production that day. No matter what it was, for packing a pump or fixing the elevator or ever what, you got down, got dirty. So, you looked like a mechanic, but still the distiller at my time. And I was able to learn a lot of that from my father. That's the way he always dressed and worked,
For more Cask-Strength conversation on whiskeys, with the people who make them and the people who drink them, join us each week for WhiskyCast. In Bardstown, Kentucky, I'm Mark Gillespie.